That was one of the changes we made when we broke away from Hertz Corp.
Mm-hmm.
Is that we, instead of being just a commodity and providing rental equipment, we changed our philosophy to being a solution provider. And that philosophy is, it's not just construction companies that rent equipment. Everybody rents equipment. Everybody has a
What's up, Camden County? You are catching episode 72 of the Getting in Your Business podcast. I'm your host, Alison Shores from the Camden County Chamber of Commerce. This Getting in Your Business podcast is made possible by our chairman circle sponsors, Georgia's Own Credit Union, Lockheed, Comcast, Georgia Power Company, Sparklight, Plug Power, St. Mary's DDA, TDS Telecom, and Ameris Bank. Thank you to all of our sponsors. And real quick, I just want to welcome our new chamber members, the Curated Closet Consignment Boutique in St. Mary's, James Buckley and Associates, Iron Valley Real Estate, Meta Modern Tattoo, Ink and Ivy Boutique, and Barlow Insurance Company. Thank you guys for joining the chamber. We can't wait to get you guys all plugged in. But today on our podcast, we have two people that I cannot wait to talk to. I have got Nick and Dean from Herc Rentals. And everybody, I said Herc Rentals. We are glad you guys are here. And, you know, I've gotten a lot of questions like, Herc Rentals, what is that? What is that? And I'm like, okay, guys, we had Tri-Lane here. Everybody is familiar with what Tri-Lane used to be. And you guys have taken over that. So I just kind of want to talk all things Herc Rentals so we can just answer some questions today. So thank you guys both for being here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yep.
Awesome. Now, Nick, what is your title with Herc Rentals?
I am the branch manager at the branch here in St. Mary's.
Awesome. And how long have you been here?
A year, actually.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's a
just moved
year.
here about a year ago. So I'm hitting my year mark here. Was previously in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, wow.
Running a branch there. So wanted to get out of the landlocked situation and be around some water and
Heck yeah.
away from traffic and enjoy
Yeah.
it.
So have you liked it so far, being
Love
in Camden County? Oh, good.
Loving it.
Good. So I think even when people saw Tri-Lane, there were some people that didn't even know what it was. So let's talk about Herc Rentals. What does Herc Rentals? What do you guys do?
Well, Herc Rentals, simply said, is we're a commercial, industrial, and governmental are our main business-to-business, face-to-face customers, and we give them equipment solutions. In today's market, capitalized budgets are being scrutinized, so rental is an option that has grown more popular. But Herc Rentals was really the first national rental company.
Really?
And it was Hertz Equipment Rental, and we were a subsidy of Hertz Car Rental or Hertz Corporation.
I'm glad you touched on this because I cannot even begin to tell you, like, everybody's like, Hertz. Wait, do they have cars? And I'm like, wait, no, what? No. So yes, I'm glad you're explaining this. Continue.
Yeah, so 1965 was first year that Hertz Equipment Rental came about, and we were a subsidiary of Hertz Car Rental. And we ran that way up until 2016. And in 2016, we broke off from Hertz Car Rental and became our own publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol HRI.
Okay.
And since 2016, we've made very big investments in ourselves versus we were dependent on car rental prior to that. So we've had double-digit growth since 2016. Every year up until now, we've made 24 acquisitions, which was Tri-Lane as an acquisition that we purchased. We're up to 622 locations throughout the
Holy
United
cow,
States.
okay.
We're over 10,000 employees.
Hit our 60-year mark.
What's that?
Just hit our 60-year mark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
60?
Yeah.
60. Wow. Okay.
Yep. So a lot of things. This year we made history with the largest acquisition in the rental equipment industry, $5.3 billion purchase of another company, H&E Rentals. That was finalized on June 1st, and it's now October 9th.
Yeah.
And we've made a full integration of the two companies, which is one of the most historic integrations that has ever happened in the industry.
That's incredible. Wow.
Put us at, $10 billion in fleet that we have total?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, okay. Wow. Okay. Well, when I walked into Herc Rentals for the first time, first of all, that space is so cute, and you let me know that like nothing has changed. You kept it like it is, and the people. I mean, you're the new one that came in, but everybody else from Tri-Lane is still. You're still getting the same customer service, people that know people, you know.
And we're to give a shout out to Tri-Lane, because they had a good organization, the way they were running it and everything. And it was an easy transition too. You know, coming in, working on the safety side of things and everything, it just kind of just rolled into place. It wasn't you know, you got to do this. It was, hey, this is simple.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the same model. Everybody's there. Everybody's still, you know, dealing with the same customers that come in. You know, wanted to keep it the same. Just put a little tweak on it with Herc.
Yeah, I think the one biggest change that people will see is not the physical change of the building or the people or anything like that, but it's the offerings that we offer, because we do have a larger offering than Tri-Lane did.
Well, I want to talk about that, because when I would not even begin to start telling people what all you have, but I have walked through there. So let's just tell people, if they were to walk through, what kind of equipment do you have?
We got all the way down from your little concrete bull float is what it's called.
A bull float?
Yeah, they smooth out concrete.
I told y'all before we started, you're going to have to explain some of these words.
Hand tools for concrete that you go all the way up to the biggest excavators that you can see. Big, huge articulated dump trucks for construction sites and stuff. I mean, you name it. We could consider.
So everything, you have the classic side of our business, which is the classic construction rental equipment that most people know about. You're going to talk about everything from a 14-inch cutoff saw all the way up to a 350 size, which is a 80,000-pound excavator. Your material handling, forklifts, 5K, 6K, 7K, 8K, 9K, 10K, 12Ks, and then your aerial, which is everything from a 13-foot scissor lift up to a 125, 150-foot boom lift. So,
well, I also learned that, which I hated having to learn this, but that you do portable air conditioners.
We do. Yeah, we do. We have a floor care division. We have portable ACs. Come and do a white glove service. People are needing ACs. Doing good for, we've actually helped out at like prisons when their ACs went down. Come in and just bring in everything, chillers, and all you do is call and just tell us. We come and do a job walk, see what we feel that you might need. It's case by case. Obviously, if it's like a last minute thing, it takes that time to cool down a building.
Yes.
But we do our best to make it happen. Make it happen at the time.
You do, and something I want to point out, like we've talked about the corporate side, the business side, the government side, but if people need stuff for their own properties, you also do those. You rent those to people,
we do.
Right?
We do, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and that was one of the changes we made when we broke away from Hertz Corp. Is that we, instead of being just a commodity and providing rental equipment, we changed our philosophy to being a solution provider. And that philosophy is, it's not just construction companies that rent equipment. Everybody rents equipment. Everybody has a problem, and we want to be a resource and be a solution provider in order to do that. So we started looking at a bunch of different verticals that Nick spoke about with the what we call Pro Solutions, which is our temporary power, HVAC, school, goes down. Oof. One of their chillers goes down or whatever. We can provide a solution to get them up and running. Walgreens, if they lose an HVAC on top of the roof and they can't get it repaired, we have temporary spot coolers that we can keep the store cool and stuff. So it's the things you don't see behind the walls. You see the construction as you drive down the road, but it's all the stuff behind the walls that you don't see. And we do everything from industrial specialized tools. We do temporary fencing. We do
temporary fencing.
Yep.
For concert events. Yeah.
Okay.
If you were to have a festival or something,
you have all that stuff?
Yeah, we do.
Or like at one of the, at Georgia Southern, let's say they're doing re-roofing a building, but school's in.
Mm-hmm.
So they put up temporary fencing to keep the students out, keep them safe. So
I hadn't
when the
even
debris falls-
that kind of stuff. I hadn't even thought about. I mean, I see it, but I've never thought, well, where do you get that from? It's never.
We do a lot of trucks too, like with the government. They're called TMA trucks to protect the workers when they're out there working DOT on the road. We have trucks that we can, you need to rent. We put them out on a lot of the bases and stuff. They'll use them. We can do upfits on them for lighting if you need it, for just,
Oh, I
case
think
by
about
case.
lighting.
So, yeah.
There's so much.
Mm-hmm.
What about on the emergency side? What all
So we have we have an in-house emergency response team. So if a natural disaster happens, we have.
Pause. Time out. You have an in-house.
Yep.
Okay.
So when the emergency happens,
Yeah.
And let's say this area, hurricanes,
Right.
typical,
Yeah.
we're in hurricane season. We have a war room, and we create a war room, and it's made up of leadership people throughout the Florida region. And we all show up in Orlando or wherever we decide that war room is, and everything funnels into that room in order to make sure that we are taking care of, because we're considered first responders. When the storm passes,
It makes sense. I just hadn't thought about it.
yeah,
like
when
that.
the storm passes, we have a piece of paper inside of our truck that, if the road's blocked, we show them a piece of paper, they let us through.
I'm your helper.
We're the first ones to get these communities back up and running, and they need our fleet, they need our gear.
Wow.
We're servicing municipalities, making sure that the pump stations are running, because a lot of times you lose power, the pump stations can't pump. So you're flooding neighborhoods, you're doing stuff. So it's essential that we are the first in there to get things up and running.
Just saying, we are in hurricane season, so I will have both of your numbers on
Yes,
speed dial should something go down.
And environmental remediation is a big thing, and we service a lot of the private companies, but we have what we call Cat 5 trailer, which is a standard 48, 50-foot tractor trailer. And it's full of dehumidifiers and fans and blowers, and so we can.
Y'all have just mind blown.
Yeah, we can respond in the matter of hours, and
That
have
is
that
remarkable.
Stuff on staff. Yep.
Wow. Well, my next question was gonna be what do you think sets you guys apart from other equipment rentals? But I mean, you've already given me 4 things. But what would you say if I to that question? What sets you apart?
Safety.
Safety, yeah.
Safety is big for us.
Well, and that's great to hear. I can only imagine what kind of safety protocols have to go into what you do. Woof.
Yeah, so our equipment is big, it's heavy, it's dangerous, and one of the things that I always like to talk about, and which is what I call the 3 pillars of safety. With this equipment is big. There's blind spots. There's always something. We're loading it on trucks. We're moving it around.
For sure.
So I use the 3 pillars of safety. Spotters save lives. So if you're operating a piece of equipment, have a spotter. Keep eye contact, direct eye contact. He's looking out for you. You're looking out for whatever. So spotters save lives. Proper PPE for the job and the environment. So standard PPE for us are safety-toed shoes, high-vis vest, a hard hat, safety glasses, gloves if they're required. But, depending on the job and the environment, it could be anything. If it's raining outside, make sure you have on a rain suit. If you're welding, make sure you have on, the proper welding gloves and mask. And then the third one is stop work authority. Every employee inside of our organization has the ability to stop operations at any given time if they see something that's unsafe. It doesn't matter if you're the yard guy or you're the branch manager or somewhere in between. You have that authority. And I always like to call it stop work responsibility, because it's not your authority to do it. It's your responsibility as a decent human being
I like that.
to do that. And then, so from there, what we do is we pass it on to our customers that, again, if we see something unsafe, we say something to make sure. Sometimes it's not popular with our customers, but after we leave, they kind of think about it and appreciate what we do. But it is our responsibility as an organization, when we live and work in these communities, that we work to help keep our community safe. And,
Yeah, I bet you're saving lives.
Yeah.
That equipment is, that's huge equipment that you're talking about, operating here.
Yeah, I've not experienced any fatalities in
Right.
any of mine, but
I feel like
we have fatalities.
You're trying to prevent that from happening, and so that's why safety is so important. There are reasons rules are put in place,
And we take that safety, and we implement it too with the jobs when we go, and we're also talking to customers, big government entities, big construction sites. We offer them safety training, so if they need to get certified or need to do the things that they need to do to get their job done, we'll do train the trainer program, offers them up a whole PowerPoint and everything like that so they can have it all together. And it's pretty intense. We do a hands-on training there at the branch as well. I'm actually one of the people that do a certify on the gear.
Okay.
So when people come in, if they need to get certified on it, I do the hands-on training for them there.
Well, that's cool.
We take a lot of pride in it, and we'd like to promote it. A lot of people don't even know that we do anything like that, but it's a good conversation piece because when you go out onto a job, you definitely want to make sure everybody's out there working safe. It's an easy job to get complacent when you're up there and you're just sitting in a basket for 12 hours a day or something, and you're just like, man, I don't care. I just want to get down. I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
It's a constant thing that we preach at, like I have meetings every day with my guys, and it's just don't get complacent. Always think of what's the worst case, and just plan accordingly. So.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And, so Nick and I both, he's the branch manager, I'm the sales manager. And we have a lot of different verticals. We've talked about a lot of different things, temp power, HVAC, fluid solutions. We have subject matter experts. Nick and I are I always refer to us as we're the guys that do all the heavy lifting. and then when we figure out what's your problem or the solution you're looking for, we might not be the subject matter expert, but we have people that are specialized in these, and we bring them in. They do a job walk. They figure out how much power you need. Who's going to hook it up, because you don't want me hooking up 10 power. I'm just telling you, you don't want me to.
I don't even know what you just said about this, whatever power. But for me, it's remarkable that people can just, oh yeah, and you need this and this and this. And I'm like, oh, do I? I wouldn't have a clue. So I think it's great that you have people that connect, that are experts on it, right there available. I think and I know how critical or how serious y'all take safety, because the day that Candace and I went to see everything, you made us, before we could go and walk around and see this stuff, we had to put on everything. I'm like, come on now, I got to put on this hat and vest and everything. Is it that serious? And you said, yes, it was. So, I think it's great that you take safety so seriously. Y'all have so much from emergency. Golly, I'm glad I have y'all on here. I didn't even know some of the stuff that you guys, do. I mean, I don't think that you don't necessarily have the sexiest of products to sell, to talk about.
Not so much here in St. Mary's, but we also have an entertainment division.
We do,
which targets the movie, film and movie business.
What?
I was actually a branch manager. My branch that I ran in Albuquerque, we did all the entertainment. We have, if you were to go by an entertainment branch, you would see all the gear would be painted black, because we have a contract with Netflix. And we've got some stuff with Universal Studios. So we do a lot of all the stuff that's like they've got the pictures up in the background. That's our equipment holding it up. All the lighting, all that stuff like that. So that's basically what.
And painted black, it's easy to black out of
So did you get to meet any famous people?
Got to see a lot of people.
Yeah.
Got to see a lot of cool stuff.
I bet.
Background.
That's interesting.
So that's the sexy part of our business.
Right. I was about to say we should have led with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty cool to see the background and behind the scenes stuff of how we actually do that.
Because we're so used to seeing final product that I don't think we take the time to think about everything that goes into it.
Yep.
So, that's mind blowing. Okay. Wow. Lots of things. And I want to circle back to something. I probably should have led with this, but Nick, when Candace and I met with you in your office, something that we found out about you is that you were former military.
Yes, retired from the Marine Corps in 2017. So very big, dear to my heart, especially supporting the military, being a military community here at the base. So yeah, I take a lot of pride in it.
Well, we can tell in your office. I was looking at all your challenge coins, and I'm like, who is this guy? But it's really cool. And so I wanted to say thank you for your service, and I'm so glad to have you in our community. Knowing all sides of things that we deal with here. It's really cool. Now, I feel like we have covered a lot of territory today. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to mention before we go to contact information and rapid fire questions?
No, I'm just, Nick's done a great job here in St. Mary's and continues to develop relationships with the community, and I think that's important. So although we are a publicly traded company and you hear from New York Stock Exchange and all that, it is always boils down to the relationships you have in the community of how successful you can be. And he's done a great job coming here and becoming involved in the community, and has really, I appreciate him including me, because it's made me become, better at what I do to, get involved with what's going on. So
listen, and I tell everybody, there's something magical that happens to this place. You move here, and then all of a sudden, like at first you're trying to figure everything out, and then some magic happens, and it's like you never want to leave here. I don't know what it is, but I love it. I'm glad you're here. And I think it speaks a lot to you guys about how much you do care about the community. When you came in, you didn't just come in here and break everything up. You kept the same people. You made it have the same feel to keep it comfortable for us. And because y'all have great people, Trilane did, and it goes right on into Herc. And I just think that's amazing. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for getting involved.
Thank you.
And we're grateful that you guys are here and you care so much about us. Yeah. Now, if people want to get a hold of you guys, what is the best way to do that?
Come by the branch.
Yeah, it's still there, right off Kings Bay Road.
Yeah, we have a website you can look up. There's,
hercrental.com. It's the page is self-explanatory. One thing that you can see on our page is we've talked a lot about renting equipment. It's Herc Rental, but the other thing is we purchase all of our assets new. We run them about half-life, and then we sell them as used equipment. So we have a used equipment offering you can see on our webpage, hercrentals.com. Just click on the used equipment button. You can search by zip code, how many miles outside of that zip code. Pictures are on there. The sales price is on there. Financing's available on there. And so, right now, fourth quarter is a big push for us because we're getting ready for the new calendar year. We've got to delete.
You're trying to get rid of some inventory
in order to, bring in new products.
Yeah.
And so next year, it's a crazy number to wrap your head around, but we're looking for somewhere around $900 to $1 billion in
billion
new equipment.
I can only imagine how much this equipment even costs, like to begin with.
It's not cheap.
Yeah, and the way that pricing is lately, I assume it's for real not cheap.
Yeah.
But I think that's amazing. What don't y'all do? That's amazing stuff right there.
We don't do porta johns. That's about it.
Okay. Okay. All right. No porta potties.
Yep.
Got it.
Nope,
Got it.
We do everything else though. We got our feet in.
That's a pretty crappy business.
Yeah. I see what you did there. All right. Well, good deal. Are y'all ready for some rapid fire questions?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
All right. So first one I'm going to ask you is, what is your favorite restaurant in Camden County?
Which one you
Well,
want?
you don't live here, but
No,
have
so-
you visited any that you like?
Yeah, so for me, I would, and I got exposed to this because they opened up. I live in Fernandina Beach.
Okay.
And they opened a second store in Fernandina
did.
Beach, and I ate there, and
I already
it
know
was
who
wonderful.
you're talking about.
And so then the next time I was over here, Nick said, "Hey, you want to go to lunch?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Where do you want to go?" I said, "I'd like to go to the Drunken Noodle. I want to go to the original, the OG." And
Yeah, like for real.
yes, and it's one of my favorite. I love their.
So I have friends in Fernandina, and they're like, "Why haven't you told me about Drunken Noodle in St. Mary's?" And I was like, first of all, I have, and probably tried to take them there. And so it's, so many people are like, oh my gosh, they're amazing. I'm like, guys, they've been amazing. I don't know where y'all have been. So what about you?
I eat a lot.
Yeah, listen, that's good.
I've got a lot. I actually like going down the Southern Riverwalk because it's downtown St. Mary's. Get to be around that environment. They do the little bands downtown on the weekends. You're by the water and just a good vibe.
I love it. I love it. Chris has got a lot of restaurants down there. Lots of fun stuff happening. So you'll have to try out Riverwalk Pizza. Have you tried
I have. We had actually brought pizza to my branch. We have once a month we do a cookout or something to keep that team building. And
we'll be waiting for our invitation. Continue.
Went and bought like 7 pizzas for my guys, and we all just we pigged out down there.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good pizza.
It's good.
All right, so how about, let's see, let me go to my questions. So what is your favorite piece of equipment to rent out?
I would have to say I come from an earth moving background, which is your first on site. So mine would have to be the what we call the 350 excavator, which is about an 80,000 pound machine.
My brain can't.
Well, you've got to have a specialized truck to deliver it. Your standard dovetail truck can't deliver it, and it's just it's one of our largest pieces of equipment. Now they do make larger ones, but for us, it's probably one of our largest and one of our staples when it comes to the earth moving side of the business.
You could probably stand inside the tire, Allison. Let's just put it. It's a big machine.
Is there one out there now?
Not a 350, not there. We've got a bigger excavator there, but not a 350. But I can definitely.
Next time you have one, let me know.
So
I'm going to take a picture with that thing.
So one of the things that Herc does a little bit different than our competition is we have COEs, which we call our centers of excellence.
Okay.
So when you get into the specialized equipment, the earth moving, for example, the big 350 excavator, the off-road trucks, the 4, 5, and 6 yard loaders, which you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but
I don't.
We like to keep them all in one place. So we have subject matter experts, our technicians are working on those, and they're not spread out throughout. So we keep those. So our West Side store in Jacksonville is actually one of our earth moving centers of excellence. And then we have other ones. We have truck centers that do nothing but trucks.
Yeah.
That way we keep all of our trucks centralized. Yeah. They're clean, they're organized, they're repaired, they're ready for rent. So that's the branch here is a classic branch. We'll go up to maybe a 48,000 pound excavator.
Unless we have like a special request for it.
So this is probably a stupid question, but like with these big trucks and stuff, do they have to have like the oil change and stuff like that on them, just like a normal?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They get a PM service. We do it all the time. It pops up in the system. We get it taken care of. They go and it runs just like a vehicle.
That is crazy to me.
A little more high capacity.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So which one do you grab first, your hard hat or your safety vest?
Safety vest.
Safety vest.
Is that just standard? Do they give you like a sheet?
Well,
like
we're so used to it's kind of almost
vest.
like being in the military, and that's one of the things I loved about Herc when I came on to Herc years ago was it kind of gives me that vibe. You get in a structure, and it's like the structure is okay. When you're at work, you're going to be wearing your safety vest every day. Like that's the first thing we put on when we get into office.
Safety
you put
vest.
it on because you can't go outside without it. You're not going to be doing things, so you put it on. You have your uniform you wear every day, and it just becomes like it's just a part of you. So that's what you do.
All right. So what's your go-to snack at work?
Snack?
Oh my God. This guy right here, I call him the Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
Every time I look at him, he's eating. Yeah.
I'm a fruit guy. I could devour fruit, any kind of fruit from papaya.
Of course, you're going to pick a healthy snack.
I love fruit.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay. What about you?
I got to admit, I'm probably, I'll narrow it down. He says fruit. I say pineapple. I'm a pineapple guy. So.
Both of you are going to choose something healthy?
Yeah.
I've been like, give me
You don't
some
think
French fries for a snack. I'll take a Snickers for a snack.
You don't think I keep this girlish figure?
I mean, I hear you. Man. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. Y'all have been so much fun, and I have learned a whole lot today. I need to see some pictures of some of this equipment that we've talked about, because I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah.
But this is really amazing. I love what you guys have done at Herc. It's amazing. The people are amazing. We're glad that you're in our community. And so, guys, if you need anything, literally anything as far as equipment goes, they've got it or know how to get it. So please check out Herc Rentals and go see Nick. Yes. Thank you, guys. You have caught episode 72 of the Get In Your Business podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe.